Okay, we'll say the prayer on page number 10. In English, on page number 11, I take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. From now until my enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and by the practice, may I attain the state of Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and causes. May all sentient beings never be separated from joyful bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. This ground, undoubtedly perfume, strewn with flowers, Mount Meru, encircled by the four continents, surmounted by the sun and the moon, I visualize this Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy the pure land. Idang Guru Rana Mendala Kame Yadaya Okay, so today we will chant Foundation's Prayer in Tibetan on page number 14. Le ba don ne be ba du ma yi gu ba je mo den ba ra chen je lo na je nye be da we den san de shen do nye ka don je shen je ne 念在广东娘不的就这没把这我热情节路所有我就一就我牛多见别且我真不能 谢为接所路当真马行，看那人这些长话了，你我的我念念念别走，他乡长我南家帮。 Ge so da da ro par che pa la da do ba da de par che be lo che be me mo do mo kun je ye de me se be kon so je 念的他为的完了，多年前我见我热情结了，那大上把的业障我真大谢谢把有钱。 Ten be za wa so so tar wa du ba nyang bo che par chen je lo nye zo zo no wa je shen do ma je do wa jan de to ne do wa do we ko che jo sen jo yang wa ra chen je lo sen zang je jiang cu zhen nam song la gong ba me na chang jiu ne zhe le bar don le ya se don ba la zong ba zhang bo lo bar shen jie lo lo bei yu la yan wa xie xie xiang yang da dong la zu zhen zhou Xie ne lan tong song de de wei lam, yer de jian lang jie wer xian jie lo. De mo lan zhong lo de jian wa na, da ba zhen jing zhou de lo. Ga zang de win ju ngo dang ba de la nie do jo bar chen je lo de ze ngo zhou nam nie zhu pe zhu nam da dang zhen dong bar song ma men ve nie wa nie jern so dan de so wer shen jie lo do ne jo de nyang go re ni ne na je shen do ne zong ba je na ju jo le me ye dan be tong shen ro bar shen ji lo de lan zang dong be shen nian zi zhen zhe bei zhong nan sha che dan nan ge bar de zhou bei su ye wer she qian jie lan de su ye wa gong de yang de la ma da re me zhi ji ba la no zhu sa da lam je yong de ram zon do je chan go ban yer do shu.
야, 근데 때는 어떤 지난 진라당 아주 다 돈소리 지내 나 가신데 배우고 통통하는 양들 잠깐씩 쓰시라. 그것이라도.
Okay. Tashi Delek, good morning, everyone. And it is very unusual that having no crowd here at the temple, and due to the weather, and so most of people are virtually viewing from Zoom or the Facebook and or other platform, and but we do have two visitors, and so welcome and warm greeting to all of you, Dashi Delek.
다 좋더랑 다 스름으로 시에 시작하. 아니 같은 저런 좀
So since everyone viewing from their home, and I guess most people do not have the book that we've been discussing about the 51 mental factor. So today I'm not going to talk about the 51 mental factor, but rather I will talk others, fun Dharma topic.
성지기 치송한테 성지기 송도 탐치파디나 리노스고 나한테 요랬어. 리노스면서 돼. 간다 지금 바테 가라가라 냠는도 제동 때좀 저스 시고 삼고지.
And so today I would like to talk about the three the baskets of the Buddha teachings, and the three baskets of the Buddha teachings is combine all the Buddha teachings.
저 당보 언니 스톰기 하와세다 당질바 셰르질하와스 하와섬도 파 디옹초도 디노섬즈니 파 디옹고르스 하와섬 시옹초 하와섬도 조저지 용초 디노섬즈니 근데 차용거스
Um, so basically the three basket, the very interpretations of the three baskets are the three training of the mind. So three training of the minds, the such as the training of morality, training of wisdom, and training of meditations.
어떤 저 스톰기 당보 언니 스톰기 나와서야 간다즈 스톰기 나와서야 조 내가 좀 첨거네 그걸 링거 있음거 졸음도 송주지야 그 조자 소치가 그러지
The first training of the mind is the training of ethic, or the training of the morality, and so this is mostly or primarily emphasize of the one's the way of the putting their behavior or conduct or the ethic.
다 링거 단다 링거 있음 송주지에 첨들라 조 몽보요든 너도 디용나 자원로 첨들 먹이 제가 나다 봐 디오르 송자데
And so the very preservations of the one's ethic, or the ethic, or the discipline. So they are the uh, the 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 very preservations for the emphasis on the three objects of the body, speech, and mind.
대저다 안에 먹이 조 송시 봐 조는 수지치문나 샘송도 시마 독베 시모이 지시샤는 소소는 그 샘송 트와이나 이는 게 첨들한 게 송트고요. 그래서 조 샘세드 같이 한번 보시다 그러지.
And among these three body, speech, and mind, and mainly it's the ethic or morality, the practice, the training of the morality is mainly emphasize the mind. Once we able to calm and tame our mind, the naturally, or the automatically, it will calm, or the tame the body and the speech.
아무튼 진짜 이 기분에 넘버 섬세들라 아니 녹다 조지 이거라 아니 나섬 동로 섬즈니 섬섬 사와로 돼 섬보르지.
And the so this training of the mind, and the especially the practice training of the morality is really emphasizing the three objects of the body, speech, and mind. The body, speech, and minds of the virtues and the non-virtues. And of course, when we look at the 10 non-virtues, um, the the mind non-virtues are the wrong view, the covetousness, and the maliciousness.
어때 저다 아니 녹다 왔어요. 근데 지용으로서 또 아니 아도 특성은 마르바티래다 그래서 마르바티 모인일기다 하마고 있자 마임발라 임르즈바 메발라 요프른즈바 요발라 메브른즈바 서 그때 tawa mga chawana maripi yung chungares. Maripa sa maripa te ene yubi topki tala tene lopar tawa te yung
And the mind, the non-virtues of the mind, and of course begin with the wrong view, as well as the covetousness and maliciousness. So how does the that mind, what we call the wrong view, how it arise, or it manifests. It manifests by the having the delusions, or the misunderstanding or the misconceptions. For example, um, the thinking or having uh, truth as a not true, or not true as a true, and exists as a non-exists, and non-exists as a existence. So this is that kind of holding mind. So we call this the delusions, or the misunderstanding.
어떤 진짜 maripa te yung di 그래서 nga se ta nga zo nganzin te yung nganzin te la yung nganzin te la nga se si ta yo ta yor ta nga se den zin dang ta nga zo ngui ni li te nga se phong la ta pi ta sim chi ma to ta dun za ni su ni kyo ma ri na nga zo nga se te pe ta pa yin ba zang wa yin ba dan bo yin ba ten ri ji pa zim yong su te la te ne ni nga yi wa ta ne ba kong ba ni ba ta nga yi wa su su la gawi to pa deki yon sun dobi to de la ne chapaki mandopi to de la dangwa kyong de la de chapaki si don de la pa mu yong so de la de nasam se ta yet to ma kang shi na ngala to na sambi ka ti na o ten ri ngale ka ngo chang cham da ngo de nasam se ko ane yen la wang wo chi na de ngala to na sam ba ke dong chi na 수술라 모이 거 강통과 땅 뭐 받지 yor 땅 아주 될 살리가니 랑라 톱좀에 봐 파쇼라 와지기나 수수다 알라 톱다서 믿도 때 경우서 아니 전라 아니 지금 고마고야라 소바 땅고 당하는 소바 참아 들리 나선나 되는 거 아니 소소 망가와서 쇼치 용나 소 노바 용사 소 농와모로 사지 용나 텔라 때네 노 다 셰당 경우 수 셰당 텔라 때 능은 지용 텔라 때네 노스미 경우 텔라 노바 경우 다 노바 탑시로 지릭 공제 노바 상로 산 텔라 때네 때네 아주 엄지 달 링을 있은 거 르바 총 맞더니 저병 거지
And if we comprehends uh, that very wrong view, and how it triggered the wrong view. Of course, the having a delusions, the delusions, deluded mind or delusions, and that very delusions, and having we have all kinds of a misview or understanding or the conceptions. And for example, as I mentioned, I already mentioned earlier the other things, but here also generally, and thinking impermanent as a permanent, and impure as a pure, and not established as a firmly kind of established of the I, and, 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 and so forth. And the speaking of the I, 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 and the speaking the and that when we have those the very misview and misconceptions, begin with the having a strong thinking of self or the I, and and then the I as a kind of solidly exists or the and established, and then second we have the have a strong cling toward the I, which the generate the sense of the either attachments or the aversions, and when we have a strong desire attachments, and so these attachments and aversions arise toward the if it is the object is the desirable and very attractive, we create the attachments. If the that object is not attractive and not wanting to have in our life, and then we have aversions. But that very attachments will create the one of the non-virtues, the mental mind non-virtues, which is the covetousness. The So how the covetousness non-virtues arise begin with the have a strong sense of thinking of wishing to have this in my life, and such as desirable or attractive objects, and especially that objects is the belong to others, and we wish that we have a strong wish that may I have that object. Of course we all have a right to have a wish and pursue that the fortunes and the desirable life and objects whatever other have, but the problem is that we always go beyond our the very limitations and that's why, and we do everything to in order to own that objects, and we might we might steal or maybe fool other, and do all kind of thing, manipulate and so on and so forth in order to own that very the desirable objects, and so this is one of the what happened when we have the delusions or the misconceptions and so forth, and speaking of the things that we don't like it and we don't want it, and if we confront those circumstances or the object, then we have either not liking or have aversions, and and that create the maliciousness, and and because of not liking, and we have aversions. When we have aversions, we have suffering, and when we have a suffering, and then we have a malicious thought, a malicious mind, and so but anyway, because of the begin with the wrong view or the delusions, we have all kinds of misconceptions, such as the impermanent as a permanent, and impurity as a pure, and the establishment of the very sense of I and mind, and we have all kinds of either attachments or aversions, and this all we generate, and we produce in our life or in our mind, and uh, within our body, mind, and the speech.
어떤 자다니 남바성 남비 종구다 남비 따와서 따와때 남바 탐모이 길기 따와 시버 따와 같이 지속되지 따와 같이 지속되지다 정디 떴던 좀 봐지 정디 떴던 좀 봐도 로버 델리 동네 델 동도 땅 가라서 가서 장소 람송 따수수 스푸디가 가 진로성다 가서데 내산로 대산로 스푸디가 삼로당 거다 다진로 착해요 된다 zikpo de ngaro zo pe zikpo de takpan ro te pe changman ro 안에 배터리가 문지 받다 뭐 텐데 삼동 어디 나 오늘 진짜 zikpunde 파 삼로 싶다 zikpunde 당하나 좀 삼로 당하나 zikpunde 편이 맞다 말이지 맞다 봐야지 고 같이 지금 내가 겨와니 손데 단다 왔다 같이 지네 내림비 람비 아주 통신 받는 좀 미때 로 기와 또는 야 다르마니 강고 전에 좀 이렇게 신도한테 원심도 좀 더. 내가 아주 통고요. 통화된 아주 클린시트 거 따로 딱 봐요. 사람한테 여러 번 쇼지돼. 좀 따뜻한 좀 맞대. 딱 봤는데 맞대. 따와 로바치들 통화도 맞다 봐 하고 그러지. 정원은 좀 봤어. 땅마다 정말 쇼인은 세대거든. 정말 이거 말은 가지고 또 칼라야 타죠. 좀 타죠. 존에 되니 카나마 양전은 먹이는 맛. 조바 정치세 접도 되나 때 통도 미창나 통도 같은 로드 데 리드니 종아리 리드니 종고요자 정말이나 국간의 강지와 따르면 정말 고르다 대웅문다 조바 창로 같아 이kin 로드 때네 아니 디 로 뭐 그런 거 같이네 파트네 바빠다 번을 맞지 송가로도 바빠 그런 바트 시험인데 샤 바샤를 바트 조지시면 14% 송이 대치 같이 좀 정말 조바로 샤던지 맞도다 정말이요 얘는 알아서 정말 쇼인 섬데 섬만 알아서 단지 정화다 요래 다 나든 좀 봐지 나든 좀 봐들 공부들 뭐 있는데 딱 생각한테 들으지 비요 삼바지 들 들으지 자니 손자니 이게 더 요 말. 다음에 봐라지 장디 당당 아니 대화를 좀 봐. 나 기부 쇼인 섬들은 가서 기부 대화 쉬워요 말은 가서 랑암에 같이 지kin 도구에서 텔라테네 등은 다 좁아 등은 심지지 점에 번나르스니 한 등은 지는 거 차와 나와서 좁아다 되게 강요 아니 기르위 등은 제다 쪽 도와 당 장와 당 차와서 좁 등이 요 시지 등은 제다 그때 당 나봤던 생각도 같이 번지기네 만도비 몽골로 봐 개가 나 지금 거봐 참아 라테네 아니 또 참아 든점비 상대 딱 든점 봤어야 돼 따와 나네 로버 따와르지 텔리 동화에는 양탁 따와 스틱인 쳤다 텔라니 때 연탁랑 릴로 마트 초롱도 낭비 따와 삼로 고당나 때 삼로 있고 당니 소소 삼로 당니 삼로 당니 셈는 거 어떤지 지금 제일 먹어 수들이라 심지기 심지 타마 수 탁주지 더해나 다 근데 릴라 착심지하다 다 하고는 릴라 때는 착심도 싫어요 말 착심 완전 식심 못해요 완전 식심 때문에 왔더니 랑진 탐지 차님 지다 더해나 정말 등의 기랑지 마치 봐 진짜 대화도 같이 봐 등은 먼저 같이 봤더니 좀 더해나 근데 삼로도 구양진에 양진에서 고만은 심지 탐실라 차님 좀 듣고 그러지
And the uh, these three one of the four Buddhist the view or the viewpoints and uh, uh, pure happiness, permanent, and the self. And these are the having the misconceptions. We try to the try to be eliminate or try to destroy that very misconceptions and that very misconceptions such as I and for example the very the shelter or the existence of the I, of course, our form, our body, right? And we have misconceptions toward that very form or the body as pure or happiness, permanently happiness, and and so forth. But reality, it isn't. It We think it is. We think that body is as a permanent, but it isn't. It is the impermanent. Momentarily, it change, it decay, and it kind of reduce the very functions or the energies of the body. And if you look at our body, self body, as well as the in our life, other as well, and none of us stay as same as we came at the beginning. Of course, at the beginning, when we came as a baby, and gradually we grow till age old, and eventually we die. And when we look at this whole the whole life of the individual as well as other, and it isn't permanent, it is impermanent. And also, speaking of the purity, or the purity, and that also, we think that everything, not everything, but things we take in our life, we think is as a pure. For example, and the food, we sometimes we distinguish clean and not clean, or pure or impure. And for example, when we eat the food, when we eat the food, we mentally we have a kind of thought that it is kind of clean. And but as soon as we eat, and when we it go into our body, then it come out, we just in the toilet, we just the we poop, right? We poop the whatever we had before. And but if it is, if it's the clean or the pure, then it's supposed to be always clean and pure, but not. But as soon as we have this in our stomach, and later on when it come out, we consider it as a nasty, or not clean, and supposed to be throw out, and so forth. And so that very detail of the how we look this all objects, and the phenomena, the even at the body, our body we consider as a very clean, but if we cut our body inside, we see all the nasty things. And when whatever we have on our body, and we think is clean, but one is being used, and no more useful, we consider as not clean. But anyway, this very detail of the body has been mentioned very detailed in the Shantideva's book. And also, the one of the misconception view is the self grasping, the self grasping. And the Dao Zimba again, Karsui.
Dāng tā sā, dāng sā dā, dāng sā dā rāng chī mā jī pī tāmbū dā yō sā mō rā, tā nī yō mā rā, jī pī ngō tēnī chōngā tsam tā pī lī lā tāq pā tsam sā mā tō yō mā rā.
Mhm. And that very self grasping, that uh, uh, the we think is naturally exists, but the reality it isn't. And it is also the tako rangwani duyo ma la ora
Rāng
is.
chā tā pī chī wā kī tāq sā, rāng chā tā pā tā, ā yō sā mā dā dāq sā dā, sā kāng tē mā ngō khā rōng pē, khā rāng rāng chā tā pā chī yō sā mā tō, tā nī yō mā rā sā, chī chī lā tēnī chōngā tsam chī tāq pē māng pō sā dā nī, tā lā tā ngā sā māng tā tā pī ngō rā sā.
And then we think that it's independently that exist, that very self. And but it isn't. It is here or exists because of the depending by others, objects, and so forth. And so it is clear that the very self is not just exist by itself, but it is rather it is here because of depending on others. And and also the misconceptions of the thinking of the grasping of everything is happiness or happy, and but it isn't. So the our very life is the with no control, and with no control we uh, the constantly we are the experience tremendous the suffering of the birth, aging, and the sickness, and this we kind of with no control we face all kinds of suffering, suffering of pain, and suffering, pervasive suffering, and so forth. And but anyway, when we look at this four the misconceptions, what is the benefits of the always meditate and view those misconceptions over and over, and it will help us uh, you know the and maybe eventually we will have the understanding that we shouldn't have the strong attachments toward our body, and and also it will help us to understand the everything is the same as us. We should equally think we are all same, and it will also help us to not have some sort of like the wrong view or a wrong thought toward the self and other, thinking yourself as inferior and other inferior, not as thinking yourself as a superior and other as an inferior, and rather we can able to think that all sentient beings we all are same, to want to be happy and do not want suffering, and so this will help us to in our daily life and not to have attached towards self as well as the other, where we can able to maintain and our very peace of mind and a virtuous mind, and not only that, wherever we go we can able to look and view everyone as the same as me.
Then so dang along go. Pongo di yu bigin sun teni ta te pongo de so chung je la ta di sa ya dang ko ya dang. E chi de chet ru de ngalong kali ya gor. Ma chi yim chim la kali ya gor yina. Kali jam ni pongo de la pa so chung je de la pen to chi to ya na. Dan ru go je ta pongo de de ma chang wa dang dang de rang jin chi re de yina yang. Ko pe chu yu go dang na dan ju ki mi li ren bo chi so de cha de cha pe chu yu go dang to ya na. Tela tene le namba dan so to ko liwi li puzum so ba so ne i kyo shima ta tang mi ko pong rabe ne tarwa tang tabji ki bi ko mong sa ro to ba niwa ji tang na le do sta niwa ji ten chi chak yo ra ten cha li la chak dang ma chi chen te pe chu yo ko tang ne ge sam go ngo pa je ne rabe jin le sa to ba na tela tene pe chu yo ko tang to ba na kyo na nga zo da kelso chen bo yo da ra tela tene chak dang ji ne ta ma ga we sa na te ding le yong sa gi 능을 용사가 조르고 리드 용다 용사가 지지가도 이나 배주 요거 등 텔라테네 기와르와이나 텔라테네 초사들 정진에 타와던 좀 지고 본로서 남과 차도도 노도 드리지레시
And um, the but when we they heard about the having a we should consider this this all the four the misconceptions, and of course in order to survive or the taking care of very life or the body, and we worked very hard and day and night, and in order to have this very the happy and the pursuit to our life and keeping our very life very happy. uh, but even though we know that this is uh, the naturally and the reality, it is not pure, that very body and very pure. But having said that, and again, we have to know that doesn't mean we should kind of avoid and neglect that very our body. But that body is also we could consider as a as a very good opportunity. The vessel or the body that we have as a very thinking is a very good opportunity to have this the endowments and the free leisures of the achieving that life. And by having this we could attend the liberation and the omniscience in our life. um, so if we use this body and in a good way and use this in a good way, then we in our life we can achieve many goodness and have many profit having this body. And because of that body we can do so much thing that we can accumulate the virtues and also the purify our very karmic collections of karmic defilements and so forth. Otherwise, if we not able to use properly this body, we use this as kind of misconceptionally. If we use this, then it will be at the cost of the all the suffering.
어때 저다 안에 린드 아주 성지 점점 좀 맛있게 또 지든 감들 편이 여우세 세정서 그세네 그런 거 리드 배주 당의 야실라 착신다 저당 라트리 같은 야실라 그런 것 등으로 특파도 땀 제가 나처럼서 등을 망부 통 등이 타와요면 잘 담아대 그런 또돈 티스무 것을 지는 담아들라 안에 그런 거 리드 배주 당 탐지 섬지 탐지도 농업을 좀 성지네 그런 것들 우리 바 남독들 집에 켐바길라키 또 섬지 탐지를 봐 시에는 시에주도 단다와당으로 논이 동나다 단다 대다와데 그런 거 그저 배줬던 들라티네 남수시고 남수도 배종 시지 럭지라서 단다 미성미 기술치다 더 차가도데 어쨌든 그 정리 단다시는 요구세지 좀 동안 어느 집발했지 배수 요구 동나들었지 다 배주 네가 동나때 너무 너무 들리 들리도 배주 동네네 미망고 소타 소종 타마타마 수소 송초자다 로지가 뭐 요르시 어때 다데 진을 송초나 잠바 등의 틀 송초 소소른 게 쇼르티나 텔라테네 대와요 말 텔라테네 등을 뜻바성네 텔라테네 안송왕도 스키로 하세요 근데 너무 중심은 때 리더라테네 정도 때 리더라테네 가르치나 소소로 발라요 된다 성지 좀 되는 게 랑이런 게 모양이 그런 그런 다 이제 너무 때 같이 모르세요
And so we have to understand we shouldn't just look on the one directions, otherwise we think it doesn't make sense, and we might think we're talking nonsense. And just thinking body as a not pure, or the it is the kind of uh, impermanence and the cause of the suffering and so forth. But we have to look the both directions. And one is we should look at the body as a cause of the suffering, and other hand it is the cause of the bringing all the happiness, not only that we can achieve the liberation as well as the omniscience in our life. um, for example, when we look at the Buddha Shakyamuni, And of course, historically, we know that a Buddha who was a prince, right? And but when we look at the Buddha, he is also same as us, except he known as a prince, or eventually become one of the king. But other than that, he was same as what like we are, like to want to be happy and doesn't want suffering. And what but anyway, when we look at the Buddha as an individual, he abandons, relinquish his very livelihood, or the kingdom, and you look for the liberations from the all the suffering that he encountered during his life. And he was kind of he sought for the all kind of way that we can able to free from those suffering. And um, and uh, and of course, Buddha is not here. It happened like over 2,000 years ago, but because of the his teaching, and he went through all the hard workshop, and able to, by using his body. See now, by using his body, that very body that he had is that same body we have right now. By using that body in a good way, he able to attend the liberations or omniscience, and able to able to receive the great realizations. And even though Buddha is not here, but still we can practice, we can study, and we can practice that very realizations that he left here in this world. And so this is one of the example, using a body in a good way. Otherwise, if you use the body in a bad way, if I give an example, other king or other the powerful individual, like in historically we see that a lot of king and a lot of the very powerful individual, by using their body, and they did tremendous they create the tremendous the suffering in this world. And not only just they lose their life, but also they lose lose the other life as well. And so this is the if you use this body in a bad way, it is the cause of the falling into the lower realm, or the hell realm. If philosophical Buddhist philosophical, if you talk about the Buddhist philosophical philosophical Kali. And it is the kind of downfall of the cause of the downfall. And so that's why Buddha said, Buddha conclude his one of teachings, conclusion of his teaching said, "You are your own master, and you are your own enemy." So this very the statement has a great the meaning.
어떤 저당 알아서 뭐 리치 톱도 리트 내당도 간다지 맞도 저런도 알아서 요때 당이 있다 세규때 좀 진행 때네 소소소 삼동 거스 삼 똑시 당네 티 삼서 삼로 당네 때건 리네 당만 간다지 삼도다네 근데 한거는 뭐인리 다 하고 소나 때 삼로 당도 소 타쳐 더바이나 더 때때리 리라때 좀 척슴으로 쇼 당진도 쇼면은 텔레 척슴 당 텔레네 잠바그까지 간다 당나이나 줬들레네 노섬도 지게 말 대지나 아니 sem바 초라 동용 진데나 시디오르 미지 또바지나 교시고 가와용 말 마바지나 교시다 가용 말 아니 리라 강한데 체나다 리코랑 징게 된지 이나 사면 지데 쇼지 가이나 리라 지금 같이 또바니 뭐 대우 쇼나 알길로 진 쇼가 지금 말tinda 다 된지 되지 인데 담진지요 다 된다 나가 린들지 요르데 배치 요고시 당고 선 네 대와 티와지 삼바지 곰바실라 소바이 야리에 땅 터이나 텔라테네 아니 티스모 고슨 거 셈도 셈나가 삼로다다 아니 녹다가 따와도 봐 양답에 따온 거 이런 거 징기 칠라더니 차동도 매와지 차동도 매와 정도 샘라트 칸이 그런 거 어디 강통바 찾은 그런 것들이 중국 샘거 그런 거 때문에 농유와 때문에 그런 것들 다 중국 다 중국도 때라테니다 지금 특습세로 나치세로 아니 진머와라 소부터 정말 정신 카로라 어디자 대지 때라테네 리라테네 맞아 magiwa sam social pa ma shaba ma sang chuba da lobri ba de de sama mong chwa ne sem gang de yong ra wa so chuba de she dang kan ni so chuba cha cha do cha gang de sha dang pa pa la cha ne ni so chuba ne sem ma ga wi so chuba de mo da so chuba ma shim le ba de da ga ro de zo mo chwa cha byang yong go ma la de go de ka chu de 네 로그린바다 샤모고 또 로그린바텔라 제동안에 멍치와 차병고 이나 등위공의 용의 거 어떤 참만의 생물관의 파트의 생물관의 그런 그런 원도는 딜링은 샤워텔라더니 데드크 트라시 공의 파트 용들 냄비는 남쪽으로 로동들을 시고 그러지 다들 수도시 당했을 때 이게
So I think it is really whatever whatever I explain, uh, uh, but at the end, it is really up to you. You have to decide. Whatever I say doesn't mean you have to follow or you have to agree. And we have a we have an air that we can listen and we can collect the informations as much as we can through the practice, through the study, and whatever you gain the knowledge, then you contemplate on those subjects, and then at the end you put in the meditations, meaning you that you make the determinations that based on what you learn and what you heard, and because we all have a body, right? And you check yourself whether it is right or wrong, and you have to decide yourself at the end, and uh, but I think actually having no if you don't have a self grasping, or if you have a kind of small or the few self a little self grasping, then of course we will have a little attachments. When we have a little attachments, and no matter what happens surround us, for example, if someone's sabotage or do something toward the things or event or even yourself out of attachment and desire, it wouldn't disturb you at all. It wouldn't disturb you at all. And for example, if someone press you, you wouldn't kind of excitingly, you kind of wouldn't show that kind of expressions. You will kind of keep your peace of mind, nor it will disturb if someone kind of say bad thing about you, or creating some sort of like gossip. It wouldn't disturb you at all, because you have a little you have no attachments, or you all have a little attachments. Having a little attachments meaning having a less the little self grasping, and and eventually, if we don't have a wrong view and so on and so forth, then we will experience the all kinds of positive mind the experience. And but it's really again depend on the our very motivations, whatever the non-virtues and virtues manifest within your body or from your mind, or from your mouth, meaning verbally you say or say something. It's all depend on the your motivations. If your motivation is pure and good, and of course you physically, mentally and verbally, you will act positively or negatively. And negatively, for example, like stealing, killing, stealing, killing, and sexual misconduct. This is considered as one of the bodily non-virtues, and the wrong view, covetousness, and maliciousness considered as the mind and non-virtues, and and the lying, the using harsh words, and idle gossip considered as a verbal non-virtues. So, but anyway, once we have those positive mind, such as having a little attachment or little self-grasping, and plus having a good motivations, then in our life we will have a less the problems, and so this is all have because of the good motivations, and also correcting our mind, or having perfections of the mind, and because of the having a perfect mind and a good positive mind, then eventually we will we say positively, and because of that, and we our very cause and condition, or cause and effect, will be very positive, and whatever the karma we experience will be positive karma we can collect.
대사다 ngalang ga tanyamnyong jinam de ngarang la nga tangbo de yong so jaram bu singa lapsa ja so ka ta chong de yong ni bomba de ji chong chero ro chi gu de ro che na bomba de ngarang ro kumo bomba de ni tin chan tong da yore mi chongma tamo gu bomba chi re ji ta tin jing chong che da ta chong kumo gu ta wa chi tin de ji chong che ro pa chi gu de ro pa chi so samu ka tang gu re ji na chong de ngai yin se me de san sam thong jo ba ma chi wi re ji 나 내가지 또 그런 걸 임반하면서 지고라지 교팅 가이요래 때렸더니 그런 거 캡송 잡는데 좋아하거든 근데 용기요래서 뜻 같은 나서 등이 같이나 semnanga samno 동요라 samno 동안 띵알라시까 한도 첨부도 뜨등이 양용광도 주시고요 강아지나 어다 말한 게 있는 신점바도 니 더더도 좀이나 다 미치기 전바지까지 지나가 납서 때라도 소란 넘고 쇼인 거 내가 요는 말 쓰지기 전에 딱 말하는데 내니랑 때 칸트와 내가 쳤던 또 지고 때 그때 학습 때 님은 나야 이때 또 까마젠 다 땡이 나는 말이 때까요 말 던졌어 사모님 말을 못 지가나 그런 소수 내니랑 수익이 받는 것도 그냥 그래서 땡이 삼나 좀다 어떤 말하는데 니니랑 말하는 거 삼번 지금 이 받는 지고를 맞지는 니 내그런 데니랑 등이 좋아 등이 가진 때는 진이 좋은다 그래 때는 좋아래 얘는 등이 나도 좀 맞다니요 말도 지와래지 어떤 자네 뒤가 같은 때네 소소 샘식 내가 지고 다도 짓어와 아니 차당 차갑에 때라 착심 당 등이 인지오 세면서 이때라 때는 수가 강을 만들지 대자 때 같이 모르 때 쨌던 알아도 직든지 내등등 알아도 정말 등이 쇼세고다 아이세요 뭐 아시 손이 아시 의차 손이 같이 되니 네 인사 직진 오 탐지 직살지 잠바지라 왕차를 말로 요 말. 대자네 이 삼도 당는 처음 딱 보고는 시작한 또 요새 때 너무는 전에 가 요차래 이나다데 그래서 처음 딱 정식이 몇 등이 단단 무지 랍사등이 그때는 섬나 섬다요 섬나서 냠내 지고 등한다 시대 반도 첨부도 때 남진 말은 오 간식라 dakta zima tang dakta mazim be nigla chabra yorsi tende chena pende chonong lega chi go ngalu lega chi sando na lega chi sa soma lega chi sa lega te ngalu semda wote ko jindak kare te te nga nga nyama de chod te ni capson te lacha da rason de sa te kyo marji te choram ga lacha te dela te ni chongo yo te sa te o te lega chi so de ngara so so yen ba nang jin ni pa chong da pen to ga chi chi te chi twa na ane jik tin de chen de la ke ba che shi ma la ke ba chen 상황 앞에서 봐요. 차다 요래지. 어때서다 주지 치문한 송요. 진덕의 욕보라네 샴종마시 근지. 욕보 그런 캡성 주고만도 진달라 삼는 어떤 것도 이가 냠버게 위기리지. 다때 소수 될 때문에 맞상인 날이 약급인 날 상마 직발은 로통 된 데시리시
춘주문 송로라.
아
춘주 주문은 송로라.
춘주문은 송으랑
네. So he so it's very the I think I'm sure it will very useful, and you will have a kind of like a very peaceful and meaningful life, meaning having a less attachments and grasping toward the things and event, and which you have always experienced the peace for mind. Um, and if I give you an example, from my experience, when Arja Rinpoche invited me here, and he asked me, he asked me to help me to taking care this Kumbum monastery, or Kumbum Chamtsiling monastery, or Kumbum Chamtsiling Center here in Bloomington's. And Ajahn Rinpoche, when I came here first time, and he told me that this place,
합사죠.
Ajahn Rinpoche advised me, and that when you live here, and of course, first of all, you have to know that this place is the place for everyone's, everyone, commonly, meaning like when we say the commons usage of the everyone's, meaning everyone belong to everyone. And but the while you live here, and you shouldn't think that it's all belong to me, and it's all belong to me, and you shouldn't think that. But when you work here and work as this object, it belong to me. So meaning, and of course, when we work, or when we do something, you kind of like treat like it is my object, so you take care of this place. But in a deep down, you shouldn't think, oh, it's all belong to me. You shouldn't have that attachments. So this is what Ajahn Rinpoche advised me. And so therefore, I'll try my best whenever I work here, and whatever do, I treat it like it's belong to me. But in a deep down, I always remind this advice, Ajahn advice, is not belong to me. This places belong to everyone, and it helped me to whatever happened here. It doesn't bother me at all. I can able to maintain peace of mind. Otherwise. The Otherwise, when we have very strong attachments, outwardly as well as inwardly, and we have attachments and self-grasping toward the objects and the house and the car and so on and so forth. If you have a very strong, and something happened, then it will kind of disturb our mind. And even that object, once we die, and travel to the next life, and these all objects we cannot carry with us. It's belong to others. Now is someone will come and use this object. So see that nothing we can keep with us forever. And so this is kind of like the teaching of the impermanence, and it is very good. Sometimes we kind of often the meditate on the impermanence, and so forth. So again, there's Shantideva. One of the quote, it mentioned, it explained that the if the employee and the employer always thinking themselves, so this is the sign of the downfall. or the sign of the losing their business. Uh, that is what it mentioned in the Shantideva book, meaning like if boss or the employer thinking only their benefits and not care about the employee, and from the employee side also not thinking of a boss, or just get the salary and just forget everything and don't do well job. So this is the sign of the losing their business. Instead of if they care each other, and the boss is not only just earning money but also well-being for others, and meaning like employee and so forth. And employee side also not only just look seeking for the salary, but rather thinking of the business and the boss and so forth. And then it is it will be cause of uh, the the develop or the nourishing their business.
진짜다 나랑도 담롱디는 네네 그 담롱디는 아주 맞지 카트고 나 뛰어나다 나랑 내가 옆고 가르치는데 지세랑 지나와다 옆고 좀더 나랑 되게 지지야 열 노르노 줄 가르치는 시지로 담롱 자요나 또 정말 마음은 진짜 밥을 소치 마음이 그거 밥을 소치 삼네 갈리자이나 아니 저런 개와사는 우리 때지만 저때 편수 주방 우리 개와시마 수요 고스티고 그래서 나 그때 설나지 당진지 되게 든든지 시송이나 들라 남시 들라 내지네 네 뭐로 섬진 같은 데 개와len지네 난 라데 그래서 대자네 당진세 자서 버려서 또
So
미세 좀 버려 성금 송마 요르스
yeah, so the bottom line is that the eventually one day we all have to leave this world. And not only the world, we leave whatever we own, whatever we own, even our body. We have to leave. We have to leave and separate from this very world. And so therefore, and what we can carry with us, the karma we have collected, either virtues and non-virtues. So it is very important. So end of our practice, or end of nearly when we are leave this body, able to dedicate our merit and virtues. That is very important. So when we dedicate, we should dedicate to all sentient beings. May this merit and virtues benefit all sentient beings, and this life and next life and so forth. So if you do that, we can able to cultivate the virtues, the not only just this life, but also the nourish, or it will manifest also in next life. So it will benefit also in next life.
다 요소 소 가지만 당세 버다 다들 소소들 정세고 말다
Mhm.
단단 옆에 가지만 당들 자스메 와서 수수공 요한테 요거를 소소 강점 내내랑 소소 배주 요거 당 배주 당 마트 뒤지고 하마이나 잠바질라 펜토 요하시지 소소 만드는 마 펜토 하시지 단 남랑 지점 단 잠불롱 그런 지들 니와든데 소소랑 나오는 거 같이 들을 섬 당에나 안텔라 샘당나 강요 말 소소베 홀로 지내는 제편 또 맞을 때 착심 좋으지나 아 이제 맞대 교환된 거지
Yeah. And also, so but not only just the practice. When I say the dedications, not only the practice, the virtuous karma or virtuous deed to be accumulated, not only just dedicate that, but here I'm emphasizing on the dedications of the what we own. Any possessions, any wealth, such as house, car, whatever object you own, we of course, even in whole world, even the whole world, dedicate those toward other sentient beings. For example, of course, whatever you have in this life, such as precious object or wealth and so forth, if you can use them, it's good. But if you dedicate mentally that if I cannot use this once when I live this life, and then may this be benefit other sentient sentient beings. So in a way, you are kind of eliminating or able to detach yourself from that very object. Otherwise, because of self-grasping and the strong attachments, even we die, we still kind of like attached toward that object or wealth. And when we die, we may, born as a kind of bug, insect, and they, walk around that world, like this. So this is not I just telling you. It's mentioned in the Buddhist text, or it's taught by Buddha himself. And yeah.
나도 오면 되죠. 딱 봐도 없지.
Okay, so let's practice
meditations.
meditations.
나는 이제 성질대 되어지. 딱 봐도 없지.
let's uh, let's practice meditations. So today I want you to meditate on impermanence, and I think it will be good to practice impermanence. Otherwise, because of the very cozy and comfortable where you are, you might forget impermanence. So you should practice impermanence.
그치. 때는 아주 단데 통도 안 되나네. 통도 이게 때는 종아 좀 들다지. 때 통화 잠도 그나 난거다. 나가 나서 비기 나나 요 말다. 캠핑은 요 말다지. 때는 정도 또 싸워 토토 버렸지.
Yeah, and also it's very interesting that when we have a virtual class or meeting, we are able to see everyone able to talk through this virtuous platform, and through when we look at this, when we kind of investigate and think carefully, and this is also teach us the one of the great lessons of the Buddha. The everything is not exist by itself, but rather depending on each other or interdependence. And because none of us we are here in the computer, but rather because of the interdependent, we are able to see, we are able to heard each other.
자리 같은 데서라. 자리 법 특질라 때는 된 정도 더 직접 했다. 정말이지.
So because of the great work of the scientists, so we able to the virtually, and we can able to see and heard each other, and so it is because of the again interdependence.
Yeah. 主要是没管它，你主要
就是东西没给你，哇。Okay. Okay, so you have any questions?
So, like,
Can you
if I was an outsider kind of thinking about it, it seems like things are like a paradox. Like, in general, Buddhism is almost like embracing paradoxical settings, like something that is it just seems like for everything, it's like, just seems it's quite paradoxical. Like, it's hard, I guess it's,
Maybe you ask me. I'm in sport.
Yeah.
yeah, kind of like holding two opposites, like what we're teaching about. This is not yours, but you have to treat it like it's yours, or this body is not pure, but you better treat it kind of pure, or you will not have. It just seems like every time I hear a teaching, it's almost like it's always paradoxical. Like, do this, but it isn't good.
어디 가두는 어디 참전 딜리기도 사발사 내나다 장대 따다 숨 데도 시디 콜라 시도 삼페나 다디 풍부디 미장와레스 아니 다 양디 가서 다고 자워레스 미장와레다 다고 자워레스 디가니야 아랑 주연 디가니 냠년 치체 타와 좀 고번 토베 요래다 해주라 다 초진이야 디 코메와 소고도 다디 클로다 이 초진이야 거의 고아도 초진이 뭐 고아도 초진 고아도 다 니로 차도 도스디 다 용은 도스 좋아 내가 아니 티
어쨌든 저는 알아도 스친부들 바깥 로고고요나 쳇들라게 저정스 보고요 저정 때는 또 잡지니 파cat 보고 얼마도 저정도 메나 같이 듣고요 말 어떤 나진 아니 나 저정 때 저 땅다 때 치고 나도 전에 때 쇼지 정말 같이 보이는지 배추 마땅하 되나 실 바깥으로 두고 맞은 때는 아도 상도도 또 찍고도 상는 작은 때 다 돼요 되는 차다 그래서 오이 내릴 때 그런 거 되는지 잘 차다 근데 배추 땅에 배부들 샤워 그때 나중에 알아도 린데 쳤다잖아 그 린들 착신진에 듣고 잡는 쇼 지지다 나고 니마 같이 움직이는 니마가 아주 카트로 다 될었지 뭐 역수진의 공공주 전에 대배는다 그때 된 집안 나서 그 스라코를 내용 맞들 맞지 린데 배추 땅에나 콜라 오잉오 강과도 진이 듣고 잡진 배추 땅에나 될 때는 아주 남시 르빠죠 르빠질 때는 르빠들 때 배주던 린델 때네 게 라피차 몽부 지도고 밀라 판도지야 소소 소바 아니 간진 강하다 심지 가이다 답고자 아니 차장라 아니 차이니요 근데 저런 모더 이야라이나 모더도 이야르잖아 모더도 이야르는 다왕 마스 이야르나 다왕 가는 저는 배주 담아도 모더도 이 다왕을 니다 듣고 야니 있잖아 나왕안이 덕고 용의 찬로 자손 제요 말. 또 맞아 뭐라도 당 나왕아는 나랑 왕고래요. 그런 날 배추 요거 동. 지마영이 따라 배추 동네 뛰기 배추 동이 지금 자롱전 benn 배추 동네 내가 지금 되어지고라. 근데 지마영 아양 양대 때때 이알터와 우사지 지나 밑에 켜쳐도 때 너정가는 단다 멀리 토바데 배추 요거 당네 아니 이와마 지와야 겨시마 멀리 요거 토토와지 어때서 한번 거지 너도 단다 포때 밑에 그만도 그만 차 탐지게 통나 너비 자지다 말라비 자지니 요르세 ям 땡 아주 얼핏 다시 당네 너비 자지 냄토고 다 미치 저는 미치래 양비 차 연등이 자지다 연등은 가면시 자 니요 니니 요랑 같은 거 근데 그런 거 라비 차 댐지 렌터에나 다트 캡son 말라비 차 때문에 좀 안바 있어 이제 진짜 손을 소소를 등에 가져 되는 거 다 차도 왔다 등 거라고 어때 배추 당도 이었을 때 얘를 찾는 데 뭐를 또 어떻게 싶었어
So I think every object or every the phenomena, every phenomena has two sides, good side and bad sides. Every object they have a good side and bad side, and cons and pawns. You say cons and pawns, right? And good and bad, good and bad. But you know what is important is the use our intellectual mind and the wisdom, and and then through the investigations we try to pursue toward the good side rather than the bad side. If we the pursued after the bad side, then of course we will experience suffering, right? Where if we obtain or collect the good side, then of course we will experience the goodness and the happy experience in our life. So this is really is up to how you or we can use our intellectual mind. And the speaking of a body, and the body having this body is has a good side and the bad side. So but again, you have to study and you have to investigate, use your knowledge and use your wisdom intellectual, and try to not fall after the influence of the bad side of the having a body, but rather use this body and take advantage of and the others in order to us to able to free from the suffering, and able to attend the whatever we wish, and happy and the liberation and so on and so forth. So if I give you example like this, the 두승디 땅은 바로 말로
쳇 이렇게 파자고나
두승
저성을 보고 저성들 되는 거고 저성들이 더 빠지
네.
나 쳇대 저런 저성들 사치 무슨 지냐니 배좀 마땅하다네 저성들 좀더 다 저성들 야라나 뒤쪽 좀 손아도 이렇게 놓으라 뭐라지 뭐 저성 예죠 저성들 배주 당 시파가 캬스캬 손도 소소 반로하던 미야 마케 정말 지다와이나 다워트기 진들 때는 라차지 소소 로고서 랩탑하네 라차지랑 더야 지마 마오 저성실라 라 고코라 띠나지 이드 단다 배주 당니 소소라 펜도 멜라 펜도 제나 요시마 영아도 밀리 텐도 텐도 바투치
Yeah.
네 저비를 탑죠
So like our body is like it's like a great vehicle, or the any the any kinds of objects similar. For example, a boat. If you own a boat, what we do for the boat. Of course, if you need to travel other side of the river, of course you need a boat, right? In order to travel there. But if you don't use this boat and keep it home and polish it and not using because of the miserliness and so on and so forth, it's not gonna help you, or you
나와트게 알죠
you won't able to go over the river nor you can able to help others, right? But having that boat, if you own the boat, by using this boat, not only you can travel other side of the river, but also you can use as a business, and you can carry passenger, and you can able to raise money or funds in your life. And for example, like a car, like if you if
정말
you
되는 것도 저성절성은
yeah.
저성 다와 찍을 야르규이나
Mhm.
다와 찍을 당라 결혼 그때 배주 마땅데 다와 찍을 진동 티켓로 그러지
Yeah.
제가 요만 쏠라 다와 찍을 나 배주
And
당라
also the boat that you borrow a boat for the six months, and and you invest try to invest the money as much you can, and by using this boat, and if you use as a business to carry passenger, and then you can able to raise money, and not only that, in the future you can rent the boat again in the future, and but if you rent the boat, then you never use it and keep it home, then it's not going to help you. Similarly, this our body is like a boat.
다와 찍을 그 진동 티켓로 배주 당라 마땅
If you don't use it, then the owner will take this boat back you. Okay, now we'll say the closing or the dedications prayers.
뭐할 때 펜터는 렌스 펜터도 이렇게 말씀 이 산스스
So we discuss a lot, and if you think it is useful, then you can practice, you can carry, and if it doesn't make sense, then just forget it. So dedications on page number 80.
lo me ma re je don do wa nam re ya we mo bo da je te ma so be ze ro gon do Ja be yang je ze be je son da be re ba gon za la je cho nie ne re be ya na nie je cho ra ye je to be lam je shu ra ze we ra we ta ge do we ye je mo ba sa je ya we da ba yo ge ba ren zhen chou de ma cha cha nyang ber zhe wei chou de nyang zhe zhen bo ya ro zhou ba pan de sa zhou ze je ya we me zhong zhen de la zhe shang zhe la Thardo nam je ye la Yahweh Zebarang de Nam san be tun jen do ga jen se shi yo dam Tero gando Yahweh Nam do lam don rover ma Gan ze de ba cho la cho so shen zhe la zong ba de yes du den nan de dang du zhou xie zha xie jiang zong chou gen jiang yi jie ba len za wei la ma ren bo jie da zui yin gu ba me den zhen la ga zhen zhen bo bu ne ji song de gu song tu jie ngu zhe za de so chang zhe sim zhe ren bo jie ma jie ba na ji zhe jie jian wa nian ba me ber yong gong ni gong du pe wer shou gang re ra wei gu wei xian gang de ben dang de wa ma le jiang wei ne jie re zhen wa den zhen jiang zong ni xiao bei zhen de ba do den zhe jie jiang ba ba wong zhe de jian ba dang gong du zong bo den yang de zhen de da gong jie jie so da lo jiang ye wa de da tam jie ra dong wo de so xiao bei ya wa tam jie jie ngo wa gang la jiao de ngang ban de da xian jie wei za wa de gong jiang zang bo zhe jie ra de ngo wen jie tan de zhong de dan ba de xiang jie dan zhen jie wo tam jie gong gang zang le jie gong la de jie zhong wei ne san de dan ba da de jie 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 cai ra gong de jia wa zong ga wei dan zhong xin nian ni sen za bei du ya wei nga bei lam zang de